Hi guys, and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be predicting the scores of week 9 of the 2019-2020 Premier League season. But before we get on to week 9, let's have a quick look back at how well we got on in week 8, which seems an absolute age ago now.
So for week 8 I had 8 points, which I'd say is a pretty good week. I had 2 perfect results here. Burnley to correctly beat Everton 1-0 at Turf Moor, and Liverpool to beat Leicester 2-1 at Anfield.
I just had the 3 points this week. Absolute disaster of the week. However, I think I was robbed really in that Liverpool-Leicester match. I did say 1-1 and Liverpool had that penalty right at the end to make it 2-1, so I thought I was unlucky there. Representing the viewers was Darts Mad, and Darts Mad came away with 6 points. Top scorer of the week for week 8 was Jeremy Gillett, and Jeremy had 11 points, so well done Jeremy. So overall now, Nathan, you're on 62 points, I'm on 59 points, and the viewers are on 54 points, and I think that's the first time you've gone ahead of me this season, so well done, 62 points, 3 points ahead of me. For those of you who are playing along in the Fantasy Football League, here is the top 10. And top of the shop is Nick Fox with his team Centurions FC, and I think we've mentioned Nick a few times over the past season or two. Top scorer of the week with a good score of 70 points was Aquilzi, I think that's how you pronounce it, managed by Luzuko Camiasso. So well done Luzuko there for 70 points. Nathan, you hold 41 points in week 8, bringing you up to grand total of 349 points and puts you in 155th
Still
position.
doing terrible.
Overall.
I just can't move up, can I?
Yeah, but you had a bit better than me last week, whereas I only had 35 points. I've got 430 points overall, which puts me in position 49 in our league table. But that's enough of week 8. Let's move on. Predict some scores for week 9.
Okay, so first up we have Everton versus West Ham, which is the midday fixture on Saturday. Now Everton, bottom 3, lost their last 4 matches, and just not really having a good time at the moment. Like, Marco Silva, he just can't seem to get anything done up there. Loads of Everton fans are calling for him to be sacked, especially. Whereas West Ham doing well in 8th position, bit of cagey form, I'd say. They did lose last time around, of course, to Crystal Palace at home, which is quite interesting. Back at going up to Everton this time. But with Everton's recent form, I really do think West Ham are going to get a win here, and I think it's going to be a narrow 2-1 victory, and potentially Marco Silva being sacked after this game.
Wow. Yeah, difficult one to predict this one. This one's taking place at 12:30 on Saturday, the 19th of October. Yeah, difficult one to predict this one. How do you say? Everton in the relegation zone at the moment, losing their last 4 matches. West Ham doing good this season so far, find themselves in 8th position, losing last time out against Crystal Palace. And prior to that, I think they had a drawn match away against Bournemouth, so I'm going to go for the same as in that Bournemouth match where they managed to get a draw, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this fixture. Yeah, I see the spoils being shared there. Next up, we've got the first of the 3 o'clock kickoffs on Saturday, and that's between Aston Villa against Brighton. Brighton, I think they managed to get a win in their last fixture, which they did, which was an amazing victory at home against Spurs, but Spurs are all over the place at the moment. Aston Villa having a magnificent win themselves away against Norwich, which was 5-1. So this one again could go either way. However, I'm going to favour the home side in this one. I'm going to go for an Aston Villa victory. I'm going to go for 2-1. But Brighton playing, well, I suppose, because they beat Spurs, but difficult to beat. You could say Brighton are at the moment, but. Yeah, away from home, I'm going to fancy Villa at Villa Park in this one.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think Villa are going to start to pick up some form now, especially with the slow starts of the season they've had. I think they're starting to pick up a bit of form now. Been a bit cagey, but it's going in the upwards direction, and I think they're going to have a solid 2-0 victory at Villa Park there. Brighton doing well, but I can see their form trying to dip, like in their last 6 matches where it did dip for a short while. Next up we have Bournemouth versus Norwich. Now Norwich, second bottom, haven't only won once in their last 6 matches. All the other 5 matches were all losses. Bournemouth doing very well in 10th position, cagey form as well, but I think it's going to be there for Bournemouth to win. I think the Pookie party's over, to be honest, and I think it'll be a 1-0 narrow victory to the Cherries at home.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for a Bournemouth victory in this one. I don't think Norwich have won away all season. No. They've just won 2 matches out of those 8 fixtures that they've been involved in. People seem to be, they're playing well. They did have that great victory against Manchester City as well. But going away to Bournemouth scoring a lot of goals themselves at the moment. I think they've scored 13 goals in 8 matches. Last time they narrowly lost against Arsenal at the Emirates, and prior to that it was a 2-2 home draw against West Ham. But I think Bournemouth are going to have too much for Norwich. Pookie parties over, as you said. He may actually get a goal in this one, because Bournemouth, I don't think they kept a clean sheet all season. So I'm going to go for a free.
No, Bournemouth have not kept a clean sheet all season, actually.
No.
Just looking now.
Yeah, so I'm going Bournemouth, scoring lots of goals. They're going to win this one 3-1. Next up, we've got Chelsea against Newcastle. Now, Chelsea doing a lot better than I expected. In the last fixture, they beat Southampton away 4-1. Great goals. Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, the young players, the guy at the back, Tomori, I think his name is. They're all doing well for Frank Lampard at the moment. Better than expected.
Way better than expected.
I think they're going to win this fixture. I know Newcastle had a good win at home against Manchester United. I predicted that one 1-1, I believe. But the Magpies just narrowly beating the Red Devils in that one. But I'm going to go for a home victory at Stamford Bridge, and I'm going to go for 2-0. I don't think Newcastle score in this one to Chelsea.
Well, I can actually see Newcastle scoring in this one, believe it or not. Yeah. I think this is actually going to be quite a narrow game, but I do think Chelsea can just push it in the end. I reckon Tammy Abraham will probably get 2 goals with maybe Pedro 2 assists, or even if they play Pulisic or Mason Mount might get an assist here. But I can see this one being a 2-1 victory to Chelsea. Next up, we have high-flying Leicester in 4th position. They did lose last time around narrowly to Liverpool, which they were robbed in. And they're coming up against Burnley now. Leicester really strong at home. Burnley also doing well. Burnley haven't lost in their last 4 or 5 matches, and that was to Liverpool. So I think another loss is coming for Burnley, however, since they don't really perform too well away from home. And I think this will be a comfortable 2-0 victory to the Foxes. Yeah,
a lot of the time when Burnley go away, they seem to draw, which is good, because you win your home games, draw your away games, and you're going to have a fairly good season. Should be in the top 10 comfortably. However, in this fixture, I think Leicester robbed, as you said, at Anfield. Should have come away with a draw. But it wasn't to be, and in this fixture I think they want to bounce back. Brendan will want to bounce back with the Foxes, and I can see a 2-1 victory to Leicester in this one.
Interesting.
Next up, we've got Tottenham against Watford. Tottenham destroyed by Brighton on the South Coast in the last video. Watford, bottom of the table.
No wins
all season, conceding 20 goals and only scoring 4 in the process. But I can't see anything that the Tottenham win in this one. I know that Tottenham aren't playing the best. There's a lot of unrest, possibly. There's
drama in the dressing room.
Drama in the dressing room, behind the scenes. People, are players wanting out from White Hart Lane. But in this fixture, I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Spurs.
Yeah, I've actually gone for a narrow 1-0 victory to Spurs. Spurs really, I think this will be close, but I just think Watford, I can't see them winning a game in a long, long time unless they start playing a little bit better. But I think they've had the international break now, so things should have calmed down, and maybe Pochettino might have restored control there.
Maybe the time away for a lot of those players would have done.
It would definitely need, especially with Vertonghen and Christian Eriksen there, and I think 1-0 victory to Tottenham, narrow. Next up, we have Wolves versus Southampton. Now, Wolves getting a very good victory against Manchester City away at the Etihad, so that doesn't happen often. And Adama Traore is fantastic there, especially with his pace, and he was brilliant. Whereas Southampton, 17th position, haven't won in their last 3 games, and that is going to continue. I think Wolves are going to really start to pick up form now and climb up the table. In 11th at the moment, I can see them probably getting as high as 7th or 6th, to be fair. And I think this will be a comfortable 2-0 win to Wolves.
Yeah, I'm going to go exactly the same as you. I'm going to go for 2-0 win to Wolves as well. Looks like Southampton are beginning to stutter. I think they've lost their last 3 matches on the trot, losing last time at home heavily against Chelsea 4-1. Wolves haven't won all season, and they've put back-to-back victories together. As you said, against Manchester City, one of those ones were. So, the obvious scoreline in this one is a victory to Wolves. I'm going to go for 2-0. It'll probably end up as a draw though, or something.
Probably,
but I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to the Golden Blacks in this one. Next up, we've got the 5:30 fixture between Crystal Palace and Manchester City. Crystal Palace having a very good season so far. They find themselves in 6th position at the moment, having a good away victory in the last round of matches against West Ham. West Ham have been playing well, and prior to that was a 2-0 home win against Norwich. In this fixture, I think they are going to cause Manchester City problems. I think they will score, Crystal Palace, because Manchester City haven't been doing great defensively at the moment. You should see the likes of Zaha wanting to set up, see what he can do against the big boys in this one. But ultimately, I think Manchester City will bounce back. I think the last time they were defeated against Norwich, they bounced back and won 8-0. So I think they're going to do the same in this one. Not as a big a scoreline, with those problems at the back that they're perceived to have at the moment.
Especially when they have to play Fernandinho as centre-back, which is not his position, he's a midfielder. So in this one, I'm going to go for a 3-1 victory, away victory to the Citizens. I've actually gone for a 3-0 victory here. I actually think Man City are going to keep a long-way clean sheet, really. I think Pep is just going to want to shut down the defence, make sure nothing goes in, and try to score as many goals as possible. So yeah, I can see this one being a 3-0 victory to the Citizens here.
Yeah, they actually kept a clean sheet 2 games ago against Brighton with that 4-0 victory.
Yeah, and Watford as well.
Yeah, that was about 5 games ago.
Okay, so next up we have Super Sunday, one of the biggest matches of the weekend, and that is Man United Liverpool. Not a derby, of course, it's a rivalry. And for any of you thinking it's a derby, it's not out there. It is just a rivalry because where the two teams are located. They are located quite close, but it's just not a derby. That's my opinion anyway. Man United, where do we start?
Well, they find themselves in 12th position at the moment.
Some of the problems they have: De Gea went off injured last night for Spain, got replaced by Kepa if you didn't watch it. So he's going to be in massive doubt, really struggling. They seem to be all over the place when playing. Their tactics completely wrong and everything. But Liverpool remaining strong. Alisson's back, I believe, as well.
I think so. Which
is good for them. And yeah, I can only see this one being a massive Liverpool victory. And I think they're going to go to Old Trafford and win 4-0.
4-0. Wow, that is bold, because if you look at Manchester United's results this season at home, I think they've only lost by the odd goal at Manchester United at Old Trafford. So I think
it's going to Liverpool though.
Yeah, but it's Liverpool. So Liverpool haven't won at Old Trafford since 2014. I believe these matches, they're always cagey affairs. I know Manchester United, they're without De Gea. I think Pogba's probably injured. They haven't really got a recognised striker. Although you say Rashford's there, but he's playing on the left-hand side.
He's not a striker.
The left wing. So tactically, Manchester United are all over the place. Defensive-wise, I don't think they're that bad. So I think that it's not going to be a rout by Liverpool. And I am going to go for a Liverpool victory, but I'm just going to go 2-1 to Liverpool.
Who's going to score for Man United though?
I don't know. It'll probably be the header from a corner or something like that.
So a fluky goal, or just Dan James running down the wing.
Could be an own goal even.
Yeah.
Okay, next up we move to Monday Night Football, and it's Sheffield United against Arsenal. Now Sheffield United, surprisingly, have only won 2 matches out of the last 8. I thought they'd done a lot better than that, but they have drawn a few as well.
They do like to draw games.
They do. Don't concede a lot at home, but coming up against an Arsenal team themselves, brilliant at home, a little bit iffy on in those away fixtures. However, I think Arsenal, the pedigree they got, the players they got, I think they're going to narrowly win this one. But Sheffield United will give a good account of themselves. But the Gunners, I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory to them.
I've actually gone for a 2-1 victory to Arsenal. I do think that this is going to be very tight throughout. It's just I think Arsenal, with their quality up front especially, they're going to pull away with the victory in the end. But I can see Sheffield United scoring. just because of how weak the Arsenal defence is in games like this, especially when it's being played away. So 2-1 to Arsenal here.
Superb, excellent. So once again, guys, those are our predictions for Week 9 of this 2019-2020 Premier League season. As usual, I'm going to leave a template of these fixtures in the description, so make sure you make your predictions by copy and paste them into comments. And like Jeremy Gillet, you could get a shout out in the next video. And as usual, I'm going to be picking at random on Friday at some point somebody to represent the viewers as well, who will go into our little league table. But Friday evening, we're going to be out watching Championship football.
Oh yeah.
Cardiff City against Sheffield Wednesday. And are you going to be vlogging?
Of course I will be. That'll be out probably Saturday afternoon, I imagine. If I can get out early, I will, but it'll probably be Saturday afternoon or evening. So
excellent. And if you haven't already,
keep your sub boxes on, basically.
Yeah. And if you haven't already caught it, we were at the Wales versus Croatia Euro qualifying match last weekend, and you vlogged that one as well.
I did indeed, and that's up on the channel, link in description below.
Fantastic. But for now, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, there is nothing else I would like to add. Nothing.
Brilliant. Okay. Enjoy the football over the weekend, guys. Back to the Premiership, back to the Championship. We'll see you in the next video.
Cheers, guys.